Hi everyone, I am Dr. S.S. Kanmani, belongs to Department of Physics. So here I am going to discuss about helium neon laser, an important example for four-level laser system. And this interesting topic comes under a course of laser physics and nonlinear optics. So in this video, I am going to discuss about the importance of four-level laser system and what are the types of lasers involved, in which what is the role of gas laser. It is example as helium neon laser, and how we are going to construct helium neon laser and how it will work, and what is the energy level diagram involved in this helium neon laser. Finally, I am going to discuss about the applications of helium neon lasers. So these are the things we are going to discuss in this video. Yes. So why four-level laser system is more important than two-level and three-level laser system? So in four-level laser system, we are having four energy levels from E1 to E4. So E1 is ground state energy level and E4 is the highest energy state. So the number of atoms present in E1, E2, E3 and E4 are represented as N1, N2, N3 and N4 respectively. So in case of E4 level laser system, the atoms from ground state E1 are raised to excited state E4 with the help of pumping source. So from E4, the atoms decay to energy state E3 by means of spontaneous emission. So we know very well that spontaneous emission is not a dominant one in laser. So we need to have stimulated emission for producing good wavelength of laser. So the transition rate of atoms from E4 to E3 is much faster as compared to transition rate of atoms from E3 to E2. So this is due to the reason that E4 is an excited state with a lifetime of atoms of order of 10 power minus 8 seconds. So E3 is the metastable state. Thus, the number of atoms in E3 exceeds the number of atoms in E2. So population inversion condition is achieved between level E3 and level E2. So the laser action starts between E3 and E2 by means of stimulated emission. So that is shown here in red color arrow, that is photon is emitted. Good wavelength of photon is emitted at this part. So the atoms from energy state E2 get de-excited to E1. So it will emit some radiationless transitions. The atoms from E1 are again pumped to E4. So likewise the process will happen. So these are process under four-level laser system. And behind this, what is the disadvantages of three-level laser system? So in three-level laser system, the terminal level is ground level, and hence more than half of the atoms are to be transferred to level E2. So it needs more pumping power rather than four-level laser system. But the presence of large number of atoms in level E2 give rise to large number of spontaneous radiation-less transition. So it is not an appreciable factor to produce good laser. So this energy is usually carried by lattice photons, due to which the energy efficiency of three-level laser system is less. That's why we are preferring four levels laser system. So what is the advantage of four level laser system? So the rate of relaxation of atoms from E2 to E1 should be faster than the rate of arrival of atoms from E4 or E2. Okay, so then only we can achieve a better efficiency of laser system. Thus, four-level laser system is better than three-level laser system. So it's known very well that in ruby laser, solid state laser, it is an example for three-level laser system. And here for four-level laser system, helium neon laser is a apt one. So what are the types of lasers? So lasers can be classified based on three different factors. One is mode of operation, another one is mechanism, that is population inversion achieving mechanism. Third one is state of active medium. So based on mode of operation, laser is classified into pulsed laser system, Q-switched system, continuous wave laser system. So based on population inversion condition, as we discussed earlier, three-level laser system, four-level laser system. Based on state of active medium, laser is classified into solid state laser, gas laser, liquid laser, and semiconductor laser. So among these things, we are interested in describing about gas laser. So what is gas laser? So in gas laser, electric current is discharged through a gas inside the laser medium to produce laser light. So we all are well known that for producing good laser light, we need some lasing medium. So there are three important basic components of laser. One is active medium, another one is pumping source, third one is optical resonator. So the active medium is an important place where lasing action can produce. So pumping source is used to excite the atoms from ground state to higher energy states, and optical resonator is another important factor through which only light amplification can be achieved. So that is the important term in laser, light amplification. So it is achieved through optical resonator. So in case of gas laser, laser medium or active medium is in the gaseous state, that is mixture of gases. We can use any type of gases in different ratios. So these gas lasers are used in applications that require laser light with very high beam quality and long coherence lengths. So what is the principle behind this gas laser? It is conversion of electrical energy into light energy. That means emission of stimulated photons. Okay. So laser light beam is produced in infrared region of the spectrum at 1.15 micrometer. So most of the gas lasers will produce wavelength of 1.15 micrometer. So here we are going to concentrate on gas laser. So what are the types of gas laser? Some examples are given here. Helium neon laser, argon ion lasers, carbon dioxide lasers, carbon monoxide lasers, excimer lasers, nitrogen lasers, hydrogen lasers, likewise, etc. Many examples are there. So in all these examples, we are using active medium as different forms of gases. So the type of gas used to construct the laser medium can determine the laser's wavelength or efficiency. So depending upon this active medium only, the output of laser will be there. So here I am interested in discussing about helium neon laser. So see, this is the pictorial representation of helium neon laser. So from the diagram itself we can view it shows red color. So from this we can able to say that it will produce or it will emit light of wavelength near to red color. So this is small gas laser, commercial laser. So already I told it is a 4-level laser system. So its operating wavelength is 632.8 nanometer, and it covers red portion of visible spectrum since its wavelength is around 632.8 nanometer. So it operates in continuous working mode. So most of the laser will be in pulsed mode. So here helium neon laser is of continuous working mode. So this is one of the example of laser which we are using in our laboratory system also. So most of the times it is used in industrial and scientific usages, and also laboratory demonstration of optics. So this is the construction of helium neon laser system. So see, this is the schematic diagram. So here we are considering a glass envelope. So it is a made up of glass tube. So tube where lasing action takes place consists of glass envelope with a narrow capillary tube. So this is a capillary tube of small diameter through the center. Okay. So this capillary tube is designed to direct the electrical discharge through its small bore to produce very high current densities in gas. So this is of plasma tube which has large cylindrical cathode, metallic cathode, and smaller metallic anodes. So the current is directed from cathode to anode. So which is considered here. So this setup consists of a discharge tube of length 80 centimeter and diameter of 1.5 centimeter. So here the gain medium of laser as suggested by its name is a mixture of helium and neon gases. So the ratio of this gases ranges from 5:1, that is 5% of helium with 1% of neon, up to 20% of helium to 1% of neon. So in most of the cases 8:1 ratio is considered, and these gases are placed at a low pressure of about 50 Pascal per centimeter of cavity length in a gas envelope. Okay. So the energy or pump source of the laser is provided by electrical discharge. So electrical discharge voltage is of around 1000 volt through the anode and cathode at each end of the glass tube. It is connected at each end of the glass tube. So in which a current of 5 to 100 milliampere is allowed. So as a third component of laser, optical resonators, that is optical cavity. So which is constructed by means of plain high reflecting mirror, which is placed at one end of the tube, and at another end concave. You see the shape, it is concave output coupler mirror. So here we are having some transmission nature. So it is of approximately 1% because from this only we are having output of laser. Okay. So helium neon lasers are normally small. Its cavity length of around 15 centimeter to 0.5 meter, and its optical output power ranges from 1 milliwatt to 100 milliwatt. So these are the things discussed earlier, that is pumping sources, electrical discharge. So this is the energy level diagram. So helium atom, neon atom, so excitation by electron collision and fast radiative transition. So helium goes to 2s state. So there its energy is exchanged between excited helium and ground state neon. So now observe the energy of neon excited to higher energy state. So transition takes place between 3s to 3p, 3s to 2p, 2s to 2p. So in which all are emitted some photons, but 3.39 micrometer and 1.15 micrometer are infrared photons. Only 632.8 nanometer wavelength is of our visible photons. So it shows red color wavelength. So the remaining transition comes under non-radiative transitions. So what are the characteristics of helium neon laser? So relatively low power laser device. So it generates power less than 10 milliwatt, but commercial laser produces greater than 50 milliwatt. So it is already told it is of small length. So its length is about 10 to 100 centimeter and its lifetime is about 20,000 hours. So what are the advantages and disadvantages of helium neon laser? So advantages means very good coherence property. So it is cost inexpensive. Construction is not very complex. It provides inherent safety due to low power. So what are the disadvantages? So its output power is low. That's why low gain system. So even though it produces low output, it requires high voltage. So it is one of the main disadvantages. And escaping of gas from plasma tube. So since almost it is made up of gas, so all types of gas that will try to escape from our wall. So these are some of the applications of helium neon lasers. So first one is about barcode. So this in day-to-day life we are watching everywhere in laboratories as well as in barcode shops, retail shops, libraries, everything we are using this barcode. So this is for measuring distance because red color wavelength is very high, so it can focus to very high range, very long distance. So for distance ranging and all we are using this helium neon laser. In laboratory we are using this to determine particle size of the materials. So some optical measurements can be done with this, and also used to have CD, data storage devices, and also it is used in militaries. This is very useful application of helium neon laser. So in case of militaries we can target the enemies or any objects because its wavelength is very high, so it can also travel to long distances to target the objects. So these are very important applications of helium neon lasers. So finally, summary of this video. So we have discussed about the importance of 4-level laser system rather than 2-level and 3-level laser system, and what are the types of lasers involved, in which the importance of gas laser, helium neon laser, is discussed in detail, and helium ion is important for just excitation, and neon atom is responsible for production of visible red color wave photons. And what are the applications of this helium neon laser? So these are the things discussed in this video, and I hope that this video is very useful to all of you. Thank you.